how worried should we be, in your view, by the rise of the Indian variant here? And is local lockdown now a real possibility, just as we seem to be opening up again?
Thank you. You're right to raise the Indian variant, or B1617.2 as we must call it. It is a variant of concern. We are anxious about it. It has been spreading. Now, at the moment, there's a very wide range of scientific opinion about what could happen, but we want to make sure that we take all the prudential or the cautious steps now that we could take. So there are meetings going on today to consider exactly what we need to do. There's a range of things that we could do. We're ruling nothing out, of course.
Could we see local lockdowns though, just as we're getting going again?
Well, there are a range of things that we could do. We want to make sure that we grip it. Obviously, there's surge testing, surge tracing, making sure that whenever you have a case, that you check everybody who's been in contact with that person. But if we have to do other things, to get to your point, if we do have to do other things, then of course I think that the public will want us at this stage to rule nothing out. And we've always been very clear that we'll be led by the data. And as I say, at the moment I can see nothing that dissuades me from thinking we'll be able to go ahead on Monday and indeed on June the 21st. Everywhere, but there may be things that we have to do locally, and we will not hesitate to do them if that is the advice we get.
Very, very briefly before we get to the last two, masks and social distancing going, according to the Sun newspaper this morning. Is that right?
Well, you'll be hearing a lot more before the end of the month, before the end of May, about what the world will exactly look like from June the 21st, and we'll be setting out as much as we can. I think we have to wait a little bit longer to see how the data is looking. But as I've said before, I am cautiously optimistic about that, and provided this Indian variant B1617.2 doesn't take off in the way that some people fear, I think certainly things could get back much closer to normality.
I know time's tight. NHS waiting times, they make unhappy reading this morning. Are you worried people might even end up dying waiting for treatment?
There's no question that the NHS now faces a huge backlog. It's a massive national challenge, but I also know we've got a great national institution that's proved itself capable of rising to the most phenomenal challenges. It was never overwhelmed by COVID. Hasn't been so far. I know it can cope with the backlog, and we're going to be investing, and we're already investing massively. We put another £92 billion into the NHS throughout the period of the pandemic. We'll be investing to make sure that we bust the backlog as well. But I want to say to people who have conditions that need attention, whether it's cancer conditions or stroke or whatever, then they should be coming forward to get the medical care they need.
And very lastly then,